First off, rest in peace, neighborhood nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business, it's that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics.
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University, Hill gon' Hill, regardless, you, Buchanan, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, based over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
What up? We come at you with topics, and we are back again with another episode of the 3-Man Weave podcast. I am your host, the lowly Bengals fan, AJ, Mr. Williams 21. How is my co-host doing?
Oh, I've been better as a sports fan, but life is definitely good, man. It's your boy Hill, and Hill gonna Hill regardless, baby. Let's get right to it.
Where can they find us at, big dog?
You can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3-Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Young Thug Free.
Thug baby. Hey man, that was a hell of a trial. The doc should be coming soon of that trial because matter of fact, I don't even want a doc. I want just an actual, just like full-on mini-series of that trial, but all comedians. Like, I want that shit to be funny. Like, I need Chico Bean to be playing YSL Woody type shit. You feel me? Like, that's how crazy that we got our guy Sean
in the building.
The Eagles fan extraordinaire, Commanders fan extraordinaire, whatever the case is, whatever he is. But
even on vacation, my guy checked in.
Hey man, that's what's up. We appreciate that. Absolutely. Hey, gotta have us, to keep up with all the sports and everything going while you're on vacation, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for checking in on us.
I had a question. Did you see the OJ joint from FX?
Made in America?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that was good.
It was really good.
If they should take your format.
They definitely should
and do it for real.
The only reason why I don't think FX would do it is because I don't believe that this trial necessarily hit as large of an audience as the OJ trial did. You know what I'm saying? Because one, Young Thug, he's not as big as OJ was as a superstar. The trial damn near separated America, and it just kind of transcended.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot of trans words. With the election coming up, I got to make sure I get the right ones. It transcended, different color lines, color barriers, and different walks of life and stuff like that. I will say, just please, Lord, don't let Tyler Perry get a hold of it. That's all I really want. Just don't let Tyler Perry do it.
I don't think he would want to be involved with that at all. You know what I'm saying? But I think somebody
he portrays black men. Shit.
Somebody that should. Hey, 50.
Hey, what's going on, man?
It's our guy in the building.
Hey, got a school proof for his new picture. Okay.
He in the building. I think 50 should get involved and do something. Like, we should see something. Like, maybe we should get a Netflix series or something. I think this would do numbers in regards of.
I just don't know yet if I want 50 to do it, because the last time he put a rapper in one, Dirt got busted a week later. So maybe just hold off on it a little bit and see. We got to find out the logistics first of what and how we really want Thug to be portrayed prior to, and then hey, we good. But I do want to ask you, with some of the stipulations that Thug has, for his probation, do you think? I think immediately his music will be received well. But do you think, because it's going to be like it's a very long time before he's able to actually kind of possibly ever rap how he wants to rap. He got to get off of his stipulations and probations first. Do you think that he'll be able to maintain a music career after this?
You should be answering that question and be quite honest, be transparent. I'm not a very high Young Thug fan. Like I've never listened to an actual full length solo project of him,
For sure.
so I don't even know. I don't even know what he do in regards of a solo, you know, album. Now his features are different. His features is I like his features. I like when he's a featured artist and stuff like that. But like I say, when I ain't never, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I ain't never heard a solo Young Thug album. You know what I'm saying?
For
But
sure.
as far as feature wise, I believe he can continue to do what he do. You know what I'm saying, and be able to maintain. You know what I'm saying, credibility in the music industry. Now I don't know. Like I say, you would be able to answer it better as far as a solo album, what he can actually do, and when actually he continued to talk about the same things that he continued to talk about. But
Oh yeah,
as
he's unable to do that. But
yeah, I get the
like,
stipulations, but like as a
he'll be
featured
able like
artist though, he'd be able to
he
get some hooks and get it off.
right, and so that's one of the things I was gonna say. I think there has been enough songs that he has made where he's not necessarily rapping, just explicitly about certain things, where I think he'll be able to kind of continue on. And with him still being able to work with Gunna, I also do believe is going to be a really good thing, especially, as long as Gunna still stays a member of YSL, also the record label. Just want to put that out there. A member of YSL, the record label. I think it'll be good for him as well because again, as long as Gunna's on the record label, he'll be able to kind of, get some kickback from, his, sales, his tours and all of that, depending on how their contracts and whatever is set up. So I think even if he can't really be as successful as he was as an artist, I think that he is going to be able to sustain a living. And then I think there's going to be plenty of people that may not necessarily be a part of his like the the list of people he is unable to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I foresee I foresee a lot of music with Drake because he's not a felon. He can make music, other than kind of just like, talking about street life and stuff like that, even though, mob ties and all of that. I think he'll be able to kind of maintain, a relationship with him. And so I think that, he should be fine. And one thing that I did mention, I said it in like kind of as a joke in our group chat,
Yeah.
but I think it was serious. Like you could start making like because we saw how Mariah the Scientist was really kind of like holding him down while he was locked up, and with him every step of the way and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes great music as well, and we've known though to use his voice in melodic ways and stuff like that. And so I think that they can really start doing features with each other, do a damn 2088 style album if you want to, god damn it, and try and really make that. And I think that those are options for him to continue his career. And so I think and so many people, really holding him down, wanted to see him free and stuff like that. So I think he's gonna, be able to bounce back and get on his feet.
I think
But
I
I
think your
want to say
question.
I do want to say it out loud because I put free Lucci, man.
Oh, yeah, you know me. Now that's somebody that I actually
We
am a
because
fan
we
of.
both listen to Lucci. Like
Yeah,
I listen, I listen to Lucci way more than I listen to Thug.
yeah,
But and I'm not one of those weirdos who like pick the side because of like
yeah. I
no,
don't.
no,
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. But I just like Lucci music more, and I think that how this trial transpired to me, if you can kind of see what happened with Thug, and he kind of gets off on this stuff. We haven't even seen nothing from Lucci trial. He
yeah,
just been sitting there. He was gone first.
yeah. So what's going on? Like if one can
Right.
get off, and like you say, the other should be able to get off. I want to say this though. I think your question was geared towards the wrong people. I think it's it should be geared towards his fans, his actual fans. Are they going to allow him to make the transition? Because we fans of T.I., we've seen T.I. try to make a transition, and his fans or fans in general were like, hey, bro, we ain't trying to hit this. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Jeezy try to make a complete 180, and they like, hey, look, bro, if you don't grab a Pyrex, like, we ain't trying to hit none of that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to hit none of that positive. My credit messed up. We want to hit that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those people, only person that we seen be able to make a see, I can't even use Gucci. Gucci made a lifestyle change, but he still rap about the same stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So even though they know he ain't living it like he used to, they still allow him to continue to just make music. So maybe he figured it out. But
Well, here's my thing. There are definitely different cases than the Thug right now, because I'm perfectly fine with you not living your raps currently, or even like, God damn it, I'm perfectly fine with you not living your raps. Just make the good music. But
that's you.
I'm saying that because I'd much rather your raps be stories of your past or whatever the case may be. Like, hey, like, and that's why I'm so disappointed in Dirk. Like, dog, you been you been you dog, you've been around too long to make that mistake. And I do think that he has some outs, so he may possibly have a chance. But ooh boy, it's looking tough.
It's gonna be that's gonna be a tough one.
And it's in LA, so that's what's really tough, that it's in LA. But
maybe this is maybe just naive before we move on. Maybe this is just a strong scare tactic to try to make a change in a lot of these people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this could be just naive thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, how did Thug get off with all the evidence that they had? You know what I'm saying? Well, I know he got a long time of probation, and a long list of stipulations, but like even to
also
get
the prosecutor just completely
yeah, they botched that.
trashed
They botched that, but who's to say it won't happen in their case? So you know what I'm saying? Who's to say these things are? Who's to say it wasn't on purpose? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's to say like, okay, let's put this on Front Street, let's put this on trial, and let's try to scare some of these people to stop trying to do some of the things that they're doing. And that's all I'm just leave it at that.
All right. Speaking of scare tactics, they had the Yankees shook, didn't they? After game 1.
Nah, I can't let you get that off. Can't let you get that off. Get that part off.
Freddie Freeman, New York ain't been the same since Freddie Freeman shook the building.
Nah, Freddie Freeman definitely went crazy. You know what I'm saying? And definitely he might have just solidified a Hall of Fame resume. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I do believe so. I heard this is a Cincinnati media thing, but I heard something that kind of broke my heart, because from being, I still support all things Cincinnati, even though I may not be a Cincinnati Reds fan.
Mm-hmm.
They said is Freddie Freeman is what Joey Votto could have been if he wasn't still riding on like if he didn't ride his whole career on a Reds franchise. Because we saw, Freddie Freeman was a Braves legend in a sense when he was there. He was great. He was great with the Braves and stuff like that. And then
he won with the Braves, right?
I believe he did. I think he got one with the Braves.
Okay, that's why I made that Hall of Fame case for
right. And, so, and that's what I was about to say. And so, like, he was a Braves legend, and then went on, as things kind of transpired, he could have retired. He's one of them ones that could have retired a Brave, had his number, like his jersey retired, got a statue out front, because he was kind of that pivotal to that new Braves resurgence.
And he pissed me off because he was crying when he left, and he was like, I didn't want to leave the Braves. I'm like, bro, okay, I get it. You didn't want to leave the Braves, but you're on the Dodgers. Like, what type of crying are we doing here? Like, that's the part I'm team cry. You know what I'm saying? And I understood why he was upset. But I'm sitting there like, okay, maybe you could shed a thug tear, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and move on. And like, okay,
Oh yeah, Freddie Freeman's a Hall of Famer, dog.
okay, okay,
So he
okay.
MVP, 2-time World Series champ,
Mm-hmm.
3-time Silver Slugger, Gold Glove, World Series MVP, and 8-time All Star.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead,
yeah,
man. Go ahead.
yeah. He's an oh, and his numbers is kind of yeah.
But I,
This dude's
but I get when you were starting off when you started off when you was like we had them spooked, and I seen the rhetoric of so you had somebody on, you had first base open. This is game one I'm referring to. You had first base open. I think you had 2 outs at the time. Go ahead, walk. They walked Mookie. Say and Freddie was struggling at the time. Freddie
Mhm.
been dealing with an injury, and Freddie has not been himself. So based off listening to baseball aficionados or true enthusiasts, you know what I'm saying, they agreed with the move. They agreed with the play. Me personally, I'm not one of those baseball people. My thing was, I seen you pitch to Ohtani,
Mhm.
regular, and you got him out. In my mind, maybe just my naive mind or a novice mind. If you can pitch to Ohtani, you can pitch to
You
anybody.
pitcher. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I was looking at it. That game went the extra innings. That game was an instant classic. Game one, it set the
for
tone.
sure,
Boom,
for sure.
he hit the grand slam. Now game two was started off. The Dodgers wasn't. They took over again. They had the lead, but when it got to that ninth inning, all your money people was on at the time. Soto was up, Judge was up, Stanton was up, Jazz was up. Like these people was all your money people, and everybody came. Everybody showed up except Judge in that moment, and it was
Right.
like you can see it. It's like okay, ooh, they got a
So
chance. Like
it's almost there.
it's
It's
almost
almost
there.
there.
So it's like okay, cool. When they get back home, you should feel it should feel better. I don't know what happened game three. Like, I just don't know what happened game three at all. You know what I'm saying? Game three, they just never fought. They never stood a chance. Game four, they handled business, avoided the sweep, they got it done. And it was like, okay, cool. Don't let me get one. You hear the saying, don't let me get one. And it started out great. Cannon was at the game. If you follow Cannon, you've seen all the footage. Like Bronx was excited.
Mhm.
And then that fifth inning, bro. And that fifth inning was more so the microcosm of this series. It was like
Yeah.
you make a
It,
mistake, they're
yeah.
going they're going to
It
pay.
almost made it seem like okay, games 1, 2, and 3, that was the norm. Game 4, that was just an anomaly, and it was just like, hey, y'all got a little boost, but this is really what it is.
Yeah.
And so, great season. Congratulations to Otani, man. I think that you know
I
it's
mean,
deserved. It's deserved. He's one of them players, man. He deserves this, yo.
and
In my mind.
I feel because it's nothing to argue about that. But it's like think about the organization. Like I know it's baseball; they don't have a salary cap and all that, but like they went for it. They
Hmm.
continue to go for it. Like I say, just
Why
getting
am I a part of all of these teams that do not go for
at some point the common denominator is who.
it? It's me, dog.
All right,
It's me.
all right, because you frugal.
You know what? Damn. Damn. Damn.
Yeah. uh-huh. um, but yeah, but not only did they go get a tiny, they went and got that pitcher as well.
Hmm.
So of course they had the bats to match, they had the pitching to handle everything that they needed to handle. Like I said, it was a complete team. Now they did look a little shaky against the Padres. Like that series against
Yeah.
the Padres, and then what after the Padres on, they look completely different. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But they handle business. Shouts out to the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? They got number 8, 24. Shouts out to Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
They
This
dropped
shit.
They drop
This
Kobe
shit,
gear, Kobe Dodger gear. Like
this shit be
it's
so
rigged.
scripted, dog, man. This shit be so scripted. But hey, man,
When we
yeah.
gonna get a positive script? At some
Bro.
point, when are we gonna get a positive
I don't.
script?
I do not know because
Man.
I had hope. You know, I had hope that maybe the NFL wrote us into the script because Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow could go back to New Orleans and win one in New Orleans. Nope. Got our worst season since 2019. God
Hey,
damn it!
they seen that on the thing. Like, hell no, we ain't doing that.
Like
If you
hell
don't get
no.
that bull,
Get this bullshit out of my face, bitch.
oh man, oh man. Oh, before we transition, though, I kind of want to play a game with you, Paul. Do a little blind ranking, my brother. You up for that? You up for that?
All right, all right.
I think it's kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying? I got a few quarter. I'm gonna do this quarterback edition. I'm only gonna do 5.
Okay.
So we're gonna start from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? That's cool. So you good?
So basically, I gotta rank them and try and get the number one out of all of them, but I don't know who they are.
Correct. So
I
you
gotta
can
put them
put
in order. I
so
gotta
like
put them in any order, but I gotta. Okay, all right.
put them. Yeah, that's how. Put them in any order that you want to do. So let me put them. Let me write it down. So.
And here goes Row again.
Yeah,
F those Phillies. Hey man, it's okay, dog. It's okay.
they will be back, right?
It happens, man. You know what, man? Maybe we'll get a Philly Angels World Series before we pass.
There you go. First quarterback on this list, Patrick Mahomes. Before you go, the caveat is how they are playing this season.
Oh, because I was
Yeah,
about to say
yeah.
that.
I know.
I was like, oh, that was an easy one.
And I seen it in your face. I said, hold on, I didn't give them the full rule. So
Yeah.
basically, we are doing the how they are playing this season blind ranking. Not a whole resume,
Okay.
not none of that.
Because that was gonna be
Specifically,
one.
I know.
Okay.
Specifically this season, Patrick Mahomes is up.
4.
You got him at 4. Okay, cool. Next quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
5.
Hurts at 5. Next quarterback, Justin Herbert.
3.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I couldn't put him nowhere else.
I know. Dak.
Oh, you 2. You don't even have the quarterbacks written down. You just going through the records.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I have it written down. I guess we're gonna have to go number 1, Gino.
1. Actually, Gino playing all right.
All right. So based off the quarterbacks that I've listed, Mahomes, Hurts, Herbert, Dak, Gino. You have it 1 Gino, Dak 2, 3 Herbert, 4 Mahomes, 5 Hurts. That's blind rankings. So I'm not gonna hold you to it. What would you change based off
I
you know who the quarterbacks are now?
I would move Herbert to 4.
Mm-hmm.
No, I would move Dak to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I would still probably just move Mahomes to 1 and Gino to 2, maybe.
And you still have Hurts at 5.
No, I'm gonna move Dak to 5.
Okay.
Just by how they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not adding any caveats to who's around them or anything like that. I'm not doing any of that. So Dak would be 5. Probably.
Who's 4?
I'm gonna do Herbert 4. Actually, I'm gonna do Herbert 4, Jalen 3, Gino 2, and Mahomes 1.
Who's at 3?
I think I said I said Herbert. 3.
No, you had Herbert at 4.
Because I switched it. So
Okay, I'm sorry.
I had Dak at 5.
Mm-hmm.
No, Dak at 5, Herbert 4, Jalen 3, Gino 2, and Mahomes 1.
Okay. I ain't mad at it. I don't think that we're not gonna stay here long because this is a blind rankings. Is, having fun. I do not think that Hurts is playing good at all. Like I don't think he's playing good football. Like
Yeah, but I will say some of that rushing stuff props him up as well. Because I mean, yeah, three rushing touchdowns against us. God damn it. Maybe I'm just a little bit still like recency bias because I saw that shit in person.
that was his best game.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I think maybe that's why it's like kind of just like sticking out right now.
Yeah, that was his best game. The Herbert conversation is no need for a conversation, man.
Yeah.
But speaking of quarterbacks, man, we have another young quarterback that has been benched, and it is depending on who you listen to, is a it's a questionable decision, or it's a polarizing decision. But what do you think about the decision?
If it was the reason that you said, then okay. But if it's the reason that I said and what Steichen came out and said it was, I think it's a terrible decision.
For the people that don't know, because that was an
Oh yeah, my bad. So for the people that don't know, Hill said it was because Anthony Richards came as he tapped himself out of the game and said he was tired. But I was saying, like, hey, if like which we have never seen a quarterback do. But if it's because he hasn't been playing well, and like, yeah, you can't say that when you're not playing well for sure. But if it's because he wasn't like he was playing terrible, and so if they're benching him just strictly off of because he's playing bad, it's like, hey guys, he was a project when you got him. He can't stay healthy because he's most effective when he's able to run and throw. This season, you to try and keep him healthy, you've been just making him into a pocket passer. He's not that because what we've seen is his accuracy is not good at all. It's not. And so to me, this is one of those things where you kind of just want him to play through it. And I think he was kind of behind the eight ball in a sense because he couldn't really go work on like his mechanics and footwork and stuff like that this offseason for some of the guys that have when we've seen them take those dramatic steps in progression, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Because he was hurt this offseason. And so one of the things that people are also saying is like, hey, he's only played 15 games since high school. You took him second overall. Wait, third overall. Four. You took him fourth overall, knowing these things. And so to me, it's like I have a gripe about this with my team, and maybe we'll get there later. But it's like you took this person knowing that they had these issues. So to abandon them, to me, that's coaching. You're supposed to coach. And the thing that I think it was Mike Tomlin said it on the pivot, it was like when we bring guys in here, we're coaching them to get better. We're like, it's my job as the coach to make you stronger where you are weak. And it's the same thing that, what we've always said about Belichick. Like, Belichick will be able to get a player that got cut 6 times by somebody, put them in a specific role because that one thing is what they're good at. And that's, they look like a Hall of Famer. Hey, Shane, like, we saw you draw up things for Anthony Richardson that made him look good last year, but you had a running game even when Jonathan Taylor was gone. You had a running game. You had design runs for Anthony Richardson, and you're not doing that this year. And when you're not doing that and including him in those run packages, guess what? If defenses get to play him straight up, guess what? He got to sit back there and read a field like he's Patrick Mahomes. He can't do that. It ain't gonna happen. Miss King, Miss King, she said she must have like felt it in the universe. They talk about the Colts. Oh hell nah. Hey, yeah, but he is a rapper. And the one thing that we talked about on this podcast, and I'll throw it to you, but the one thing that we did talk about on this podcast is that the stuff that he was saying on, I think it was Club 520,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, I understand what you're saying. It actually kind of made sense because it was like, hey, these dudes, they come in here, they trying to work, they, you know, they all good and all of that. But that clip, that soundbite, and
Mm-hmm.
you saying it like that was gonna come back and bite you in the ass. And guess they didn't let you go 20 minutes before that shit circulated on the internet.
I think that the fact that once again me and you had this debate about him when he came to the draft process, and I'm not about to be like I told you so because that's not what we came here to do. But I started to subscribe to the fact that quarterbacks that played a lot can translate better to the NFL. Like I
For
subscribe
sure.
to the Brock Purdy aspect of he played a lot of college football. Now, once again, is that an ironclad philosophy? No, because I felt the same way about Aiden O'Connell. I felt good about Aiden O'Connell, and we see who Aiden O'Connell is. So of course, that ain't just it ain't a black and white philosophy. That's not why I'm not here to toot my own horn about. I told you about Anthony Richardson, AJ. You know what I'm saying? That's not why I'm doing that. But it's the fact that he hasn't played a lot of football. Here's the thing: if you're not done with him, then your whole initial plan was already messed up from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
So he had no business starting last year. He should have developed, or he should have sat on the bench last year and developed and started to work on some of those things last year.
Last year.
But
Yeah.
but the problem was he looked good last year
Yeah.
in the spurts that he did. Okay, cool. In those spurts that he did, are you doing any of those things to enhance those spurts? No, you tried to rein him back and tried to make him and try to protect him from himself. At this point, he ain't at the developmental stage of protecting him from himself. Only thing that you can try to protect him is, hey, look, do not take these dumbass hits. That's the only thing, as far as protection wise, that you can do for a player like him. He has to play. He has to get out there. Is no simulated things that he can do. It's no virtual reality things that practice that he can do. It's no practicing that he can do other than the off season working on the mechanics. Yes, that can help. But he has to get these bullets, bro. He had to get these live bullets, and he has to understand. Now, of course, I listen to a lot of film dudes that go into nuance, right? They
Mm-hmm.
go, they don't just say, hey, look, he trash. Like I remember, it's different from a Bryce Young type of situation. It has similarities, I get it. But Bryce was playing that
Terrible.
damn bad. Like he
Yeah.
was playing that damn bad. And he had a whole season to play last year. So you seen some things that you could have did. Was he playing that damn bad? You can make an argument. But the problem was Joe Flacco played decent enough.
And here's the thing also. I think one of the things with Anthony Richardson is hey man, stall him out. Miss K said he was busy rapping and pledging. He can
But he
go,
plays the
hey,
right front.
yeah, and it wasn't like he was doing anything crazy. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated is a non-hazing organization. So, honestly, it just showed that he could really learn a lot in a very short period of time. He could study, and he is really good at tests. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? That shows his mental aptitude. You know what I mean? What was his S2 in Wonderlic score?
Oh shit.
I'm pretty sure that young man was pretty damn smart.
Talk
But
to him.
you know, I digress. But what I'm saying is, I do believe that, like you said, the plan was all wrong. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, if like it's not like he's doing something that you didn't see on film in college. You get what I'm saying? Like all of this is in his college tape. But guess what? In college, it looks a little bit better because you're able to do that against college players. You're able to run around and run over college players. These NFL players, we seen it with Cam Newton. Cam,
Mm-hmm.
like he's more in line with Cam Newton than anybody we've ever seen. Even Cam Newton's body broke down when he would do all the stuff that he did against these NFL, quarterbacks. I mean NFL defenders. So to me, I don't think you should just automatically be like, all right, that's it. Because again, because again, we've seen flashes. We know the amazing is in there. We know
Mm-hmm.
the potential is in there. And so to me, if you're gonna start him out the gate, it's on you as the offensive minded head coach to really rein him in. Because guess what? It's the same thing that Andy Reid saw in Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes wasn't on everybody's radar, but Andy Reid saw the amazing in there
Mm-hmm.
and said, you know what? He throws off his back foot. He throws a lot of turnovers. He creates a lot of turnovers. He's always playing in chaos. But let me rein him back in, and I can get something special here. And Shane Steichen, that's on you. Rein him in. Because guess what? You got that job based on how you were able to rein in Jalen Hurts
Mm-hmm.
and really do things that helped Jalen Hurts. And guess what was a big ass part of Jalen Hurts when he had that close to MVP season and the
Running.
team went to the Super. He was running. And so to me, you have to instill in Anthony Richardson. And a lot of times, hey, last year, some of them injuries that Anthony Richardson got hurt on, a lot of quarterbacks would just got hurt on. It wasn't like he was like trying to take, like he was scrambling out of the pocket, a dude, got him by his ankles and he just fell on the shoulder. Hey, dog, that's just a part of it. That's just football. A lot of quarterbacks would have just it would have just happened. But just some of the unnecessary hits and stuff, you got to get him to do that. It ain't like he out here always taking the Mickey Mouse hits like Jaden Daniels, but you gotta give him the things that work best for him, and that is allowing him to be that threat in the running game because you see what that does. Those RPOs and what it can do for those linebackers and stuff like that. We've seen him make some of the prettiest throws. Like Anthony Richardson still has the best throw of the season.
Yes.
He still has the best throw of the season. And he's thrown a couple others, like you'd be like, oh shit. And again, that's what like Anthony Richardson aside, and this will be my last point because I feel like I'm commandeering this segment. But Anthony Richardson aside, I think some of these teams get jaded by some of these rookies that come in and just automatically take off. But they don't feel like they don't remember that, hey, sometimes you regress. CJ Stroud, we thought he was an MVP candidate and a AFC championship contender.
Mm-hmm.
That team looked shaky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Same thing with Justin Herbert. There's been some ups and downs. What other Jordan Love. It's been some ups and downs. Everybody thought he was gonna be like, just the next incumbent, and he's over there playing like Brett Favre, but not doing some of the things that Brett Favre could do. He's had some what the fuck type interceptions is what I'm saying.
Brett Favre, like you said, but like when he's healthy, even out there.
No,
but I get your point. I get your point.
But it's like they're not willing to go. Like they're not willing to accept the roller coaster of a young. Because technically, this is still his rookie year when it comes from amount of games played. So to me, if you're not willing to accept this up and down roller coaster, the good with the bad, the great with the terrible, why did you take him? Why didn't you take someone that was more NFL ready?
See, that's
quote unquote.
And that's the thing about it. That's the problem that I had. When you draft a project, when everybody said that he was a project, yes, he had some some quality, some positive quality, but the consensus was this is a project. Yes, he could be Josh Allen, if he's developed, or he could be Will Levis now, right?
Bro, yeah, but bro, look at Josh Allen. Remember, I'll never forget. We was talking about Josh Allen throwing that wide open pass for a touchdown into the 6th row. You feel me?
How fast can you move? How fast can you move? I just sent it to you.
All right, come on. We'll make it work.
But my thing is, my thing about drafting a project, once you draft a project, when you draft somebody that you know that's going to take some development, like you cannot just give up on it. I think he failed. I think Shane Steichen and the whole organization fell under the pressure of how good Joe Flacco played. Oh, he did it with the Browns last year. Oh, he can get us to the playoff. He's played so well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once again, they're not really going into full detail about how Joe Flacco has played. I remember a game last year that he played for the Browns when he threw 3 interceptions and they won. And people act
Right.
like Joe Flacco was just the the best thing smoking. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. We still talking about 40-year-old Joe Flacco. Like, so what is the goal here? Because with Joe Flacco, you're not going to do anything. Okay, cool. Let's say you go on the playoff run. Let's say you make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Y'all are not beating anybody in the playoffs. Y'all not going to the Super Bowl with the Joe Flacco. So what is the goal? The goals that you drafted him with the 4th overall pick should be trying to make him the best thing that he possibly can be.
Yeah.
And like I say, you should be you have 5 years to find out. You know what I'm saying? And if you're ready to give up on him now, trade him.
And that's my thing. And it's like I don't want to hear the we're not giving up on him and this and that. But to me, if you're not benching him for what he said and you're benching him for his play, you've handled it all wrong. Because to me, why aren't you again just you have to understand that there's going to be highs and lows, there's going to be ebbs and flows. Like this is on you. It's your job to develop this young man. And if
I,
you quit on him,
I truly believe it's because he tapped out, bro. I truly
it's
believe because
I,
we never heard that before. We never heard a court like he had ample opportunity. He had a built-in excuse. Even the way the tackle was, he could have said, "Hey, look, my hip started to lock up," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know what that feeling was," and then it went away. That's what he could have said. But
yeah.
they say that I did a lot of running out there, and I was tired. First off, you a running quarterback. Like that's the dumbest thing I've heard. So based off your
It,
IQ right then and there, I
it
I
was
can't, I can't look at I can't look at other players in this locker room with a straight face and continue to put him out there. I got to sit you down.
yeah, exactly.
But it was an opportunity. Who do they play this week? I don't. We'll find out. So we
Yeah.
do the pick. This was an opportunity to try to fix that, to right that wrong this week. And be like, you know what? We will have a hell of a game plan. We will put you in position. We will probably run you the most that we ran you all year. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Do
you know
some
what?
things.
He plays the Vikings.
Oh, sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
Because what Flores is gonna do to you.
Boy, you thought you had some issues before.
Yeah. Hey, whatever I just said, delete all.
Delete all of that shit. Hey, come back next week, maybe.
But my guy's on the point. When we mentioned Josh Allen, look at the records of their first 10 starts. I mean, look at it. I'll read it. Josh Allen, he went 4 for 6. He went 146 to 279, a 52% completion percentage, 1,776 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. EPA, 0.002. Success rate, 42%. Air yards, 11 yards. 72 rushes, 510 yards, 6 touchdowns. These are Josh Allen's first 10 career starts. Let's look at Anthony Richardson. He went 5 and 5. He went 109 of 217 with 50% passing, 1,500 yards passing yard, 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. EPA 0.46. Negative. Damn,
yeah, it's a negative.
Can't vouch for that. Success rate 39%. Air yard 11 yards, 66 rushes, 378 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. These is eerily similar.
Mm-hmm.
That EPA is nasty though.
No, the EPA.
I'm gonna let you know right there. That's nasty. That's negative.
Yeah, the EPA is definitely nasty. But what I can say also is like that first Josh Allen season, like the second year after because guess what? They said Josh Allen is going to be a project. I do believe Josh Allen didn't immediately start the season, right? Because I think it was Tyrod Taylor who started that season, or was that? Am I
I,
correct? Let me see. Let me go back.
I think he immediately started. I think he immediately started. I think they got rid of Tyrod, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So,
Because remember, Tyrod was benched earlier the year before for Nathan Peterman.
oh yeah. So it was Tyrod was gone by his rookie year, and so it was Derek Anderson. He went 0 for 2 that year. Nathan Peterman went 0 for 2 that year, and Matt Barkley got a win on his belt.
So
Yeah,
he got hurt. So he got hurt.
I guess so. Would you look
Okay.
at that? Let me go to the game logs. But yeah, um,
We know his first year was nasty. Like
right.
we know his first year was nasty. And then the second year they went traded. They went drafted. They ain't draft. They went and got John Brown. They got a speedster to help him out. They got him a better receiver, and he went on to his trajectory was trending upward. You know what I'm saying? His accuracy was still nasty. Some of his plays and interception was turnovers was still high, but he was trending upward his second year,
Right.
similar to what they did with Anthony Richardson. Like they re-signed Michael Pittman, they drafted A.D. Mitchell. Hey, Josh Downs is emerging. Hey, they even found Alec Pierce. You know what I'm saying? He even looks good this year. So let's not say the weapons is not the case. And he has a healthy Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I get it. He missed a couple games, but he has a healthy Jonathan Taylor. So they put the pieces around him for him to succeed. But technically, he, like I said, this is still technically his rookie year.
Yeah. So Nathan Peterman started the season.
Mm.
Josh Allen came in that very first game once they started getting blown out because it was what it was like 40. It was 40-3, and so they brought in Josh Allen. So yeah, Nathan Peterman was the starter that season, and then
Start
yeah,
Nathan Peterman should get you
right,
fired.
and so they kind of stuck with their plan. Hey, let's get him some reps because it's a blowout and all of that shit. Blah blah blah. And the second year they went 10-6. It didn't look amazing, but guess what?
Yeah.
They stuck to the schedule, and now he's a perennial MVP candidate.
Yeah. I mean, he actually developed. He did actually develop into something. Like, you know what I'm saying? In certain people's mind, he is an elite. He's in the elite tier. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just don't understand. I mean, Tom Brady told people, man, that NFL has a developmental problem. Like I say,
Yeah.
and the NFL and certain teams are scared to actual develop a quarterback because they're such in this. We gotta maximize the rookie quarterback window, so we gotta we gotta load up with the cap and all that, and it's not working. Like it's not working. It's more important to develop your quarterback.
Because then you're better off not trying to make a decision. Do I need to, pay this market value for this mid-level quarterback or this rookie that I drafted super high, but he's gotten into the playoff a couple times or whatever, but we still have these things. But if you actually take the time to develop them, you won't have to worry about, hey, are we overpaying our quarterback and is it time to move on? You can actually just be cool because guess what? You had a long term play. But another thing that comes with it, though, is a lot of these coaches feel like they don't have time to develop their quarterback. And that's a problem
Yeah.
when you consider it being the most important position. And a lot of you dudes is only getting jobs because of.
But at the same time, that once again, this is not black and white. This is not black and white either, because we've seen teams immediately start their quarterback and he hit the ground running. And you know what I'm saying? He's legit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've seen this CJ Stroud last year. Like we've seen this before. We've seen Jaden Daniels this year. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Williams. Like we've
Yeah.
seen this before. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but we've also seen Jordan Love develop.
But you also know what I feel like sometimes too? I feel like sometimes you see a lot of these teams, they'll see their quarterback, kind of hit the ground running and feel like they can stop the development there. And I feel like we've seen it multiple times where it's like, okay, now you just start trying to put everything on their shoulders. Like, no, it's still a step, it's still a process. Like, because that's why you kind of tend to see that second year dip. It's like, because it's almost like, all right, cool, you ready to do everything now? Like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let's still do what was working and add things in piece by piece. You got to crawl before you walk.
Like some of the best development that we've seen from a young quarterback is what they're doing with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
Like they actually have three sides of the menu right here, and they're only giving them a menu piece by piece. Like the beginning of the season, they only gave him the appetizers. Hey,
yeah,
look, you pick from the appetizers, bro. And at some point, the appetizer had the sampler. Of course, you get a lot of, a lot. But at that point, he was only dealing with the appetizer, and it was working. They said, okay, cool. Next, we're gonna go to the sandwiches. We're gonna get you. You can order the sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? And now now we at week 9. They ready to. He dealing with an injury. It's cool, but now we ready to. Oh, we get to the main courses. Oh, the pasta, the steak. You know what I'm saying? The other options are these menu, but they didn't give him the full menu off rip and the Cheesecake Factory style menu and say, hey, look, go do what it do, like they did with Caleb Williams.
exactly.
They did that
And,
with Caleb Williams, and then they tried to dial it back and give him a wristband and stuff. Like, what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
and again, that's what comes to it. Like, regardless of what the scouting report is, like, oh, this person, this player's pro ready, this and that. They can handle it. They can handle all of this and that. It's still an adjustment because it still is college to the NFL, and you're not easing them into that adjustment just because you feel like, oh, he's ready. No, even if you think they're ready,
yeah.
still like put training wheels on.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes if you don't put training wheels on and you don't kind of get that, that experience, kind of just like getting your balance and understanding, that first fall can mess you up. And so put those training wheels on to kind of give you that guide, to kind of help you out, to get you comfortable. So once you have that balance, you feel comfortable when they're gone. It almost feels like they never were there. Instead of just saying like giving them a push and letting them fall.
Like,
And I understand experience is the best teacher, but it's a little bit different because it's not like you're sitting in them and making them watch. They're actually out there playing. But why not help them and make it as easy as possible?
like I had my criticisms about Bobby Slowick as well, but it's like it's a reason why he's really adamant about running the ball as much as he's running the ball. Like I know last year they really didn't have the running success that they did, like that are having this year with Mixon, but he just stayed with it. Just stayed with it. He like, look, I'm not really trying to give CJ everything, even though CJ is showing us that he can
Mm-hmm.
probably handle more on his plate. It's like I'm refusing to give him everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's working. It worked. You know what I'm saying? It's just we do understand that organizations play a part in development of a quarterback. We get it. We get the stability of coaching, the stability of the organization helps out a lot. We are not, that's the number one part of quarterbacking first. But the second part is actually having a developmental plan. And we still don't know what is the right correct plan. Joe Burrow played immediately. You know what I'm saying? Herbert didn't play immediately, but he got forced in there, but then he played. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen different results. We've seen different things. Like we've seen people sit. Hell, the first 8 games last year, Jordan Love looked like, hey, bro, he may not be hit.
Exactly.
And he
But
sat for
again,
3 years.
but 3 years. But then again, it's like he sat for 3 years, and guess what? Mike LaFleur is a good coach, or is it Matt? It's Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Matt LaFleur is a good coach, and he stuck with it. He started finding, okay, these are the things that he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
We got this running game. We're gonna design this. We're gonna design that. The last half of the season got him paid because he played that well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so it's just like, hey, guys, just keep it on track. Keep it on track. Hey, sorry, bro. I forgot about this. He said like the Titans should be doing with Malik. And guess who's going to be looking for a QB in this next draft? And
but on the flip side, they told us what the plan was. They said, "Hey, we are about to we're gonna show up this offensive line, and we're gonna get them some offensive weapon, and we are going to see if Will Levis is any good."
mm-hmm.
Okay, we didn't do that. They didn't do that with Malik. Okay, fine, but they are doing that with Will, and they are finding out.
It's a new regime.
Yeah,
to say that also,
but they also are finding out the answer.
But again, again, what we're seeing from Will Levis with the Titans ain't no different than what we've seen from Will Levis at the University of Kentucky. I just want to put that out there.
but we talk about that's fine. All right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they told us the developmental plan.
For sure.
Not the developmental. They told us the plan.
The plan. I was about to say that wasn't a developmental plan. They told us what they was gonna try and do.
And they did everything that they possible. Not everything, but they did everything in their possible way. To, hey, are you something or are you not?
Yeah.
Similar to what the Panthers tried to do. They only gave him 2 games though at first, and now he's back, and it's like, okay, now he's back. You traded Deontay Johnson. Adam Thielen is still hurt. You sending him out there with less weapons than he started with. So you setting him up again to fail. I'm talking about Bryce Young, y'all, if you haven't caught on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's weird, man. But at the same time, look at Bo Nix. Is Bo Nix, is he lighting up the world? No, he's looking like a legitimate rookie quarterback.
But key word, legitimate though. It looked like he's steering the ship. He's keeping it afloat.
You can see what Sean Payton saw in him. And he's highlighting those things. The more and more that he's getting to play, the more and more he's learning on the job. You know what I'm saying? So once again, somebody that's learning on the job, but he also has. He got one of the best coaches as a quarterback developer. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? From all reports, Sean Payton wanted him. And say what you want. That means a lot.
That means more
when your coach actually wanted you, because guess what? They want to. It's almost like they want to see you succeed. And I know people may sound like, well, any coach wants their quarterback to succeed. No, they don't.
Hell no.
I will never, ever get over the fact that Jeff Fisher, weak ass, robbed us of what could have been a Vince Young. Because he didn't want Vince Young. Yep. And so he did not want to see Vince Young succeed. And at the beginning, look, hey, see? And at the beginning, Vince Young was succeeding in spite of Jeff Fisher. Mm-hmm. But it's almost as if he sabotaged him, and then Jeff Fisher was able to get in what he wanted, and then he was really gone.
Mm-hmm. Same thing happened to RG3.
Same thing happened to RG3. They didn't want RG3, the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
He succeeded in spite of them that very rookie year. And so they was like, cool, bet. Y'all still think he's so good? Here, let's give him everything. And he was still doing his thing though.
Mm-hmm.
But once they got hurt, they also didn't be like, hey, we're going to protect you.
Nope.
And you know why they didn't? And they never really gave him a reason to even say, hey, you don't have to do this. You're good. Because guess what? They brought they brought a player that they actually really wanted in his same draft. It wasn't like it was like a 7th round, like, hey, we don't have no backup anyway. Let's just get a backup. You spent a 4th round pick on a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
When you had the 2nd overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I can't fault RG3 for saying, I got to play. Because your competition was in the building, and he had a leg up, no pun intended, because they really, really wanted him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want you. Management wanted you.
Yeah, man. So actually wanting you definitely plays a factor because once again, Frank Wright did not want Bryce Young last year. They wanted CJ Stroud. Now, did they purposely sabotage Bryce? No, he was just incompetent. I didn't think he was a good coach, but I'm just saying it plays a part though. It plays a part.
Yeah, because if you have an incompetent coach and
And he
a
ain't want
rookie,
you.
right? Like it don't look like sabotage, but damn it, you was doomed to fail anyway. Because
Man,
again,
what was that?
like even good quarterbacks will look suspect with bad coaching. You're gonna have games where it's like, what the fuck is that?
You ain't gotta talk about our teams like that, bro.
You're right. You're right. You're
You ain't gotta, you ain't gotta. I'm definitely ignoring that comment, Ross.
right.
You ain't gotta talk about our teams like that, man, because man, it's
It was nasty. Let's get to these game picks. Speaking of, because
yeah, because just go ahead, because our teams are irrelevant at this point. Because
yeah,
so we already seen Thursday night. We had the Texans and the Jets. I definitely lost that one.
you know what? I got to make sure. I don't even think I picked yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm kind of out of it anyway.
you don't want to be great.
Let's
So we
see.
just gonna, we're gonna go left, all the way right because they got them in order.
Yep. I
Oh,
did.
is that already a candidate? Nope. It might be a candidate, but we got one. That's for sure. The nasty game of the week. And when we get there, you will know. We got the Saints and the Panthers. It's a nasty game of the week candidate, but Derek Carr should be coming back, so maybe it look good for Saints fans. I got the
I'm
Saints.
gonna say I don't blame him. I'd have been like, I'm feeling a little better. You know what I mean? I might be
Yeah,
able to do something this week.
yeah, whatever percentage I'm good should be able to beat the Panthers.
Yeah, like I need that bump on my resume.
Yeah. So we got the Commanders and the Giants. Oh man, like every time that I keep wishing that something about the Commanders to go downfall, they keep getting a cupcake next thing on their schedule to just
Right, like
keep it
keep
going.
keep it going, keep it
Yeah.
going.
I got the Commanders, man.
Yeah, I'm going to Commanders because even though the last time they played, if the Giants had a kicker, they would have won.
True.
I just feel like the Commanders are really fine. They've found their stride right now,
And
and
the Giants have not.
yeah,
Like
and the
keep
Giants
going.
have not. So
Keep
I
it.
think that the Commanders will go ahead and get this one.
Um
Next up, we got
Dolphins and the
Miami
Bills.
going to Buffalo. I'm going with Buffalo in this one.
Yeah,
I don't really
man.
see much that Miami is going to be able to do. Even with Tua back, like it's still kind of up in the air for me on what they'll be.
He back, but everything looks clunky. Like
Exactly.
so sorry. Maybe next year, Miami. We got the Chargers and the Browns.
I'm going the Browns.
I'm going to Browns too because like I don't know, man. I don't maybe I'm not seeing something that everybody else is seeing in the Chargers. Is like
Honestly, this ain't got nothing to do with the Chargers.
why not?
Okay, because they're playing the Chargers. It has something to do with the Chargers.
I'm
But I truly believe that with Jameis, this team is better, and with Jameis, this team has a little bit more ability to make plays.
that's
Yes,
correct.
it's going. Yes, it's going to be. It's going to be a roller coaster. That's just the Jameis experience,
Mm-hmm.
but it's better than what you had.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
it's like we saw this team last year get to the playoffs with Joe Flacco throwing 3 interceptions a game
Mm-hmm.
at 57 years old. Jameis can if it's one thing Jameis can do, Jameis can throw 3 interceptions. Jameis almost threw a game closing interception,
Yeah,
but
Kyle.
came back the full Jameis experience
Yeah.
and threw a touchdown. So again, I just feel like, I
Yep.
think that I think even though Lad McConkey was able to kind of really, show up and show out last week, I think this Brown's offense is going to be able to kind of put a little bit of stress on this Chargers defense.
And I think I think otherwise. I think this is going to be a not nasty game. It's going to be an ugly defensive game because I think the
Yeah,
Chargers defense can
it's good.
stifle
Yeah,
can it can stifle what the Browns can do. And say on the flip side, I just think that the Browns defense is rejuvenated now because they feel that they have they got something on the offense that can like at least give them a break. I just think it's gonna be an ugly game. This might be like a 17-14 type of game,
yeah, for
come
sure.
come down to the field goal type of game. That's why I'm really not. It can go either way. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers won, but I got the Browns as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are here.
yeah.
The nasty game of the week. Drake May is questionable with a concussion. He may or may not play. Mason Rudolph is still playing. I don't. Tony Pollard came up on the injury report today, so that is a tremendous blow. This is nasty, bro. Like, what are we supposed to do here? Like,
Yeah, this is definitely nasty. Do we know if Drake made practice today?
I think he's still questionable, so I don't think he practiced. Like, I think he's still trying to get out of the concussion protocol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he practiced today, at least in a limited capacity.
In a limited capacity, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so
I got the Titans.
If Drake May plays, I got the Patriots.
I feel you.
If Drake May plays, I got the Patriots. If not, I got the. Ooh.
I gotta go to
if
I'm going to my app to see who I pick because
I might still.
First off, we spent way too much long.
God damn it! I'm gonna go with the Patriots because
I picked the Patriots too, so I'm going with the Patriots. So we spent way too much on the nasty game of the week. No, that's what we not want to do. The nasty game of the week for me, I know that is the Cowboys and the Falcons. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna give y'all some betting advice. Pick the over on Bijan. Pick the over on Kyle Pitts. And pick the over on. Pick the point spread on the Falcons. They about to beat our ass, bro. Like straight up, and I get it. You about to do the optimistic thing, like maybe your offense can get it together because they can get it together. But at the end of the day, cool.
I'm not.
Thank you, because this matchup is similar to what the Lions did. We do not match up with this team. I'm telling you right now, Kirk doesn't have to throw the ball. If they are committed to running the ball 40 times, 20 carries with Bijan, 20 carries with Tyler Algier, they will blow our ass out 30-0.
Yeah.
We may get 3 because we got a good kicker. This is nasty.
Yeah,
Micah not playing, Bland not playing. Hell, they now all of a sudden Diggs is a game time decision. So you already know he about to get smoked. We about to get our ass whipped, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Dak, show up on the injury report, dog, for your sake.
For your sake.
Show up on the injury report, man. Yeah, man, it's not good. I'm going Falcons. Nasty game of the week for me, god damn it. The nasty game of the week for me, god damn it.
I didn't even peep y'all was next. Good.
Bro, like I'm so sick of this shit. Like, and I almost had this same statement last, like not same statement, but I almost had this same dilemma last year. Like, I almost need them to like lose these games. I need them to put pressure. Like, Zach has got to go. He is a problem, man. And it's like, what is it gonna like? And everybody say, "Oh, you know, the Bengals ain't gonna fire nobody." But dog, what is it gonna take? Like a loss to the Raiders bro. We're 0-4 at home. We have not won a game at home this year. And so you lose to the Raiders at home. No Devontae, it's literally just about to be Max Crosby out there just wrecking havoc. And guess what? It's possible because Orlando Brown ain't playing.
Cody Ford is out there. I think the funny thing about it is the conversation that people, I think more than that, that national people are finally coming to some of the things that you've been questioning even when y'all were winning. Like, it was funny that when y'all was winning, going on runs, even after a win, like you would hit me and be like, "Yo, bro, Zach is trash, bro. Zach Taylor sucks at calling plays and such and such." And I'd be like, "Damn, bro." Like, and I tell you this, I'm like, "Listen, bro, I'm not about to listen to no complaints off a win." And you be like, "Bro, I'm telling you. And I say the same thing. I'm saying, "Hey, look, bro, I don't listen to complaints on a win." You be like, all right. You see me with all right, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. And guess what? 6 months down the line, guess what I get to tell you? See what the fuck I'm talking about. 2 years later, everybody's like, "Man, Zach Taylor, I've been trying to tell y'all, he's been winning in spite." No, we've been winning in spite of Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor has not done a single thing where it was just like, you know what? Boy, coaching won y'all that game. No. Joe Burrow made an amazing throw. Like, even in the playoffs against the Raiders, bro. Remember that play? The offense looked terrible. That play that Joe Burrow made over and cover two to CJ Uzama was the perfect throw over the linebacker's head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, anything in the offense, it wasn't the next game. Offense looked terrible against the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Jamar Chase takes a smoke screen 54 yards and puts us in field goal range. And guess what? Even when, time was the game was coming down to a close, Jamar Chase runs a perfect corner route, beats, I think it was Janoris Jenkins on a perfect corner route because he stacked them, stinned them, and then broke to the outside. And guess what? Joe Burrow threw a perfect ball. Everything on offense that they've ever done looks hard as hell.
Yes.
Everything that they do is like, yo, this shit is like, they got to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What other team have you seen out there where every single play the quarterback got to be perfect?
My team.
And guess what? Why the fuck we got the nasty games of the week back to back? Because the quarterback has to be perfect. Your great players have to be great every single game. And guess what happens? Sometimes good coaches, great coaches, they cancel out your great players. And sometimes they take away the things that they do. Mm-hmm. So guess what? With no T. Higgins and Jamar Chase still got to be great, guess what? Your offense ain't gonna do shit. Guess what? And it takes me back to my point about Anthony Richardson. When the coach drafted him, they knew he had problems. They knew he had things to work on. And so you put him out there, though, right? And then now you just you pull the rug from under him. Hey, guess what? It was a reason Jermaine Burton was there for you in the 3rd round, right?
Yeah.
He had his issues. He had his immaturity things. Everyone, that's why he was there for you. You as a coaching staff, you can't now dock him now that he's in the building for that. What you're supposed to do as a coaching staff is nurture him, is string him along, help him. If he don't know the playbook, give him 6 plays that, hey, learn these 6 plays. This is your package. And every single time we call these, you're coming in. Because guess what? Guess who with no minimum requirements, guess who leads the league in yards per reception? Jermaine Burton at 44 with 2 catches. I'm gonna leave this real quick. But what has been the biggest issue with the Bengals since that Super Bowl run? Explosive plays. Because everybody's trying to stop you from getting the ball to Jamar Chase. Everybody's trying to stop you to get the ball to T. Higgins. You get someone who is creating an explosive element. He did it in preseason every single time he touched the ball, explosive play. when he touches the ball in the regular season, every time explosive play. You brought him in as a possible T. Higgins replacement, who you most likely going to let go after the season. If you don't let him play this year, how you even going to know if he's a T. Higgins replacement?
Mm-hmm.
You about to burn a draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, I low key want to pick. I low key want to pick the Raiders.
I'm
gonna go to Bengals.
I'm going to Bengals too. I think you just gonna figure it out, man. It's week 9. We got the Broncos versus the Ravens, man. And all the positives that we hear about the Broncos and all that. They got a good record and they found their quarterback and everything is good. They match up very well. They match up very well with the Ravens. When it comes to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of like a strength versus strength, their defense versus the Ravens offense, and whoever can kind of come out on top can really take this one.
Lamar popped up on the injury report, but he's gonna play. So, I feel, I got the Ravens regardless, but I just, I think it's gonna be tougher than what anybody thinks.
Yeah, I think so. The spread is like 9.5. I think. Yeah, I actually think that this game is going to be closer. I do think the Ravens are going to win it, but I think this game is going to be closer than like that spread. I think the Ravens will win, but I just don't think it's going to be just like something just like easy, just cruise to a victory type win. Because I think this defense, they can get stops, and also the Ravens defense can be had. So
yeah.
So the Ravens defense can be had. So I don't think this is just going to be something just like walk in the park for the Ravens. I think I think this is going to be a game that they actually going to have to unexpectedly. For some people, it may seem like they're going to have to unexpectedly work for.
Mm-hmm. We got the Bears and the Cardinals. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Aside from me wanting the Bears to beat the Commanders for my division purposes, like I ain't been that disappointed in the team that wasn't my team in a long time, bro. Like, bro, when he ran a fullback dive with an offensive lineman, and I immediately text you, bro. I said, "Hey, bro."
Yeah.
I said,
"Get Shane Waldron out of here."
He got to go, bro. Like, this is exactly what they were talking about in Seattle. And I'm sitting there like, bro, he did what? Like, that's nasty, bro. They had so many opportunities.
And the crazy thing about it is, Caleb is playing good. He's having his ups and downs, but Caleb is starting to like really kind of just like look a little bit more comfortable. He's playing good. It's like you doing shit like that.
And then you got the receivers all in the wrong role for some reason, like which doesn't make sense because based off their skill set, it tells you where they should be.
Where they should be. Oh my gosh! Like
Rome Meduze is the X. Like he should have been drafted. I'm the X. DJ Moore has always been a Z. Always been a Z. And then you got Keenan Allen, who's always been a Y. Like, what are we doing? But for some reason, he keep doing something totally different from what I don't get it. And like it's making it's pissing me. It's not pissing me off because I'm not that invested. But once you talk about the draft and how everybody was like, Jaden Daniels was just I had him as QB1. It's like
now it's almost like it's validating that, but it's just like, hey guys, look what they're actually doing to help Jaden.
Like once again, like I said, it's a nuanced conversation. It's like, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm better than people, but it's like, okay, man, we gotta put some context into what we're seeing. And me saying that, I'm not taking nothing away from Jaden. He is balling.
For sure.
He is balling, but like I swear, if the roles were reversed, at the same time, who do you got? You got
Cardinals. I'm going to Cardinals, man. First place in the NFC West. They got to keep it going, dog. They got to keep it going.
That is
Call of Duty just dropped though, so I'm nervous.
It been dropped, man. They been out here getting wins, man.
Yeah, but I'm going with the Cardinals, man. Like first place in the West. 49ers, they got to win last week, but they got a lot of injuries. Damn. Yeah, a lot of injuries and shit that they're dealing with. And then there's an
They ain't on the
NFC
bye
West
week.
matchup. There's an NFC matchup this week. So it's like, hey, it's possible that the Cardinals they can start getting some separation at number one.
Talk to him. I got the Bears. Let me see. Do I have the Bears? See that?
I'm certain you do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I got the Bears because they got a defense. So I'm just going with that, man. Like I said.
For sure.
But
I can
to
respect
be
that.
quite honest, that Hail Mary might have just lost their whole season. They might just, they might
That
check
because
out.
that I would say that can be one of those demoralizing things where it's just like, hey, dog,
We ain't
like,
listening to nothing no more,
yeah,
dog.
like it can derail your season. So we got to see how they respond. Hopefully, Eberflus got the locker room where he can get those guys back up. But that's a tough way. That's a tough way to take an L.
But at the same time, I'm fearing the same thing. I'm fearing the same thing I said about with Justin Fields. When they drafted Justin Fields, I said give Matt Nagy an extension. And it had nothing to do with Matt Nagy at all. It was about the stability of your head coach and your quarterback. I'm starting to feel the same way. I'm starting to feel if they start to lose based off the expectation that this team had, even if they were real or not. Or realistic or not. Starting to feel that they about to miss the playoffs. They about to start going on down on the roller coaster, and they about to fire Eberflus ass, and they about
And
to
he's
go
gonna
try
get a
to
whole
find
new staff.
up and do the same thing. Same thing. And I can't vouch for Eberflus because I tried earlier this season. I'm like, hey, look, bro. You see the defense is balling, but
Yep.
you
But
pick
that's
these offensive coordinators.
right, and that's also a reason why I said that they should have got rid of Eberflus and started fresh and tried to get somebody in to pair them with Caleb so that Caleb wouldn't be switching coordinators in his second season, which could possibly be happening now because Eberflus was already like iffy, and then as the season started to get close, they started to get expectations, and so you know what happens when you get expectations? People start getting let down. You know what happens when people get let down? People get let go.
Mm-hmm. Man, so we got the Jaguars and the Eagles, and the same thing I said about the Commanders. When I expect some help to knock some of these teams off in my division, here comes
They get
another.
a cupcake.
God damn, bro! Here come the Jags. That's on a halfway fire sale, and they got injuries. Christian Kirk out for the season. They traded Cam Robinson. Like, like this is going
Yeah,
to be.
man.
This is going to be. This game gonna look like last week. To be quite honest.
Yeah.
It's gonna be close at some point for no reason because the Eagles don't know what they're doing when they start the game, and then they're
And
gonna
then they
figure it
just
out.
gonna take off.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be disgusted. They go,
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles in this one too.
yeah, unfortunately, man. Uh, um,
We got the Los Angeles Rams heading up to Seattle.
this is tough. It's a division game. You can never, especially in the NFC West, you never can predict what's going to really happen in the NFC West.
Right.
Um, you know, this is tough. Puka got injured again, the same injured knee that he went on IR for. He got injured in practice. They say it's not that serious. He should play. Who knows what that means? DK is not playing for for Seattle. So, I mean, it's a division game. I think I got the Rams though.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams because
Yeah, I picked the Rams.
I think a little bit of coaching and a little bit more stability. And shout out to my Florida State guys. Goddamn Jared Verse and Braden Fisk.
Yeah.
So apparently, Jared Verse leads all rookies with quarterback pressures with like 33 or something like that, right?
We had a bet, and obviously I'm losing the bet. That's fine. I'm pretty sure you forgot the bet because I forgot what we bet though. So you got to
Yeah,
figure out what we bet. But I'm
right.
definitely losing the bet because I ain't heard my man's name at all. I think he got hurt
Yeah,
and everything.
possibly.
Yeah.
But what I did want to say
Whoa,
is,
whoa, whoa, whoa! First of all, don't shade my man's. Like,
I mean, he had injury problems coming
no, I'm
in.
just saying possibly. Like,
But nah, what I was gonna say is the reason why I'm going with the Rams is like Jared Verse and Braden Fisk are cooking. So Jared Verse leads all rookies with like 30-something quarterback pressures. Second with quarterback pressures is Braden Fisk at 23. The next rookie has like 11.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, like that looks like a real deal right there. And
then Stafford get one of his weapons back, bro. He back, like he looks
yeah,
rejuvenated again. So
and they're still gonna run the ball, which is going to always hurt the Seahawks right
yeah,
now.
because they haven't figured out how to stop the run at all, because they cannot stop the run the same way that they did in Baltimore, but he's still trying to implement the same thing. Like I said, it's gonna take some time, and it ain't clicking right now, especially in the rain game. But yeah, I got the Rams.
Yeah.
This would be a great game. It's the Lions and Packers. Only reason I said it would be a great game if Jordan Love was fully healthy.
He said he's gonna play, right?
Yeah, he said he's gonna play, but I mean he was limited, and that groin. I'm not sure if you ever had a groin injury.
Oh, I have.
All right, so like I say, even if it feel all right, that's like a hamstring. It can flare up at any moment, and that's another place that you really don't want this to flare up. They don't have the pass rush to really, hurt him now that Aiden Hutchinson is out for the season, so he could be okay. But the way the Lions are playing,
yeah, I'm going Lions. Easy.
I got the Lions, man. And what did we say before the beginning of the season about Jared Goff MVP hopes, right?
Mm-hmm. He's gonna have a couple of them games.
No. He had damn near 2 perfect games, and they praised him for 5 minutes. And who the hell leading MVP? They've had Mahomes leading the MVP for a long time. I'm sitting there like, bro, what are we doing here, man?
For sure, but this can. But again, normally this might have went a long way, but I think that they're gonna say, "Oh, Jordan Love wasn't fully healthy." But if Jordan Love was fully healthy, this is gonna be kind of like that national 4 o'clock game that a lot of people would be able to see. Like, and that would boost his MVP odds. And that's one of the things that I was saying about Jared Goff. I think that he has these games where he's going to be able to kind of sway people's perception.
They didn't even talk about him when they beat the brakes off the Cowboys. Normally, when you beat the brakes off the Cowboys, that normally is that prepares you to
that propels you to stardom.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why everybody loves Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. I'm just saying, like, he's having, like, of course he has like pieces around him. I get it, but at the same time, like, he's making throws doing these perfect games type things that if you was really worried about your percentage, you wouldn't be making these throws. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think, like I say, man, like he has a narrative about him that people do not want to take away from him. Like I say, he has to win it, and if he win the Super Bowl, all of a sudden he's a Hall of Famer. It's similar to how they did Matt Stafford, bro.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford was just a stat powder in Detroit, just rotting in Detroit. Really wasn't good. Couldn't win the big game. And all of a sudden he go to LA. Now he's a show bona fide Hall of Famer now. And like,
no, he wasn't. But yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like, narrative is a tough thing, man.
For sure, trust me.
I have a question.
What's up?
Based off the offseason and everything that we know, why was this ever the 8 o'clock game? The Colts and the Vikings. Based off all these games that we went through, please give me one reason.
Because teams, they want to try and get teams these goddamn primetime games. So they be trying to get some teams in primetime.
I was told, now once again, everybody gets a Thursday night game, and I was told everybody's supposed to get a Monday night game.
But Sunday night, yeah. Because to me, as I'm looking at this, before the season, you could have put the Eagles, Jaguars here. Before the season, definitely Cowboys, Falcons here. Before the season, Miami, Buffalo here. Shit, you can do some of the divisional games like Washington, New York.
Yeah.
LA, Seattle, and Caleb Kyler. You could have did that too. Because you get Marvin Harrison, you get Caleb Williams. So you could have did that one too. Hey, Ro, sit this one out, dog.
It's just I'm just not understanding that it was nothing that said in the off season that this should have had we had to have this as the marquee matchup on the Sunday night. Like I said, Flores is definitely about to resurrect himself.
Oh, Joe Flacco, boy, you better. He gonna be in treatment Monday morning.
Yeah, because those last two games that he faced, he faced some great offensive minds that easily, not easily, but it was a good chess match. It was like, okay, we see
Right.
what you're doing on defense. Let's know how we attack you. You know what I'm saying? And he faced some good offensive minds. Now you facing the Shane Steichen that's got Joe Flacco. Yeah, we about to send all the house. We about to, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He about to bounce back, and they about to do what they do, and then we know their defense is just cover 3, and that's it. I got
Just
the Vikings.
barely. Yeah, I got the Vikings too. Oh my gosh, when are they gonna fucking lose?
Yeah, they possibly could have lost if they had all their horses, man. If they had the Bucks had all their horses, man, you could have made a legitimate case that they were gonna show up and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's Monday night. You don't have Mike Evans. You don't have Chris Godwin. Yeah, it's gonna be a tall task, but especially against that defense, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty.
Liam Cohen is the offensive coordinator. Yeah, he about to grow up. He about to grow up. He about to get baptized by Spagnola.
Baptized in fire.
Yeah, so you gonna find out.
This is gonna be one of them games where goddamn Spagnola really might be in just cover zero all game and just heating Baker ass up. Because he just like, hey y'all, lock up man to man. We own him.
Which game was closer that they played? That they had no business being close. Because I don't see them blowing them out.
I don't know if it was it the goddamn
Raiders?
The Raiders? Yeah, it was the Raiders because they beat them by 7.
Yep. And on top of that, they played the Chargers again, divisional game. So there's 2 divisional games that was close. Falcons was 22-17. I can see it being a that type of game where they really controlled the game.
Yeah, I can even see it being like they get 22, like it'd be like 22-10, and then the Buccaneers get like a late touchdown to make it look close, like or something like that.
Or it could look like when they played the Saints, but Derek Carr got hurt.
Hurt that, yeah.
Now you see how I feel with the NFC East, but it don't matter. My team got the win. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't get their ass whipped.
All right, come on, let's go Cardinals, man.
At least you got a secondary team.
I can't even say I do.
I know it's not a secondary team. We just riding with you. I forgot my takes, bro. It's all good. Hey, man. What episode is this?
256, ain't it?
Yeah, it's right down the screen.
Right there on the bottom.
Episode 256. I'm here with AJ, y'all the 4s, and some of y'all the Fast 5. Appreciate y'all catching us live. I appreciate y'all catching us on the playback. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. And we are out.